Is it wounded? I see. The Telethia is hurt and lies in rest, wounded by a girl.
Wounded by a girl? You don't mean you're going to fight the Telethia?
How do you know of the Telethia?
When I went to collect the ether crystals, some Telethia attacked me. I managed to destroy them and get away.
You defeated Telethia? Who are you? The Monado. So that sword can...
To tell the truth, they were the Telethia spawn. Someone told me the primary Telethia is healing somewhere in the forest. It was you, wasn't it? You hurt the Telethia. Melia.
The Telethia escaped from our homeland, and I am tasked with killing it. It cannot remain free. For the sake of my people and the Nopon, it must be stopped.
Melia, we can help you defeat it if you like.
Out of pity?
No.
Why then?
It's just... I want...
Speak, Shulk, or I shall be forced to summon the Nopon chief to interpret for me.
I would like to help.
What could you possibly gain from aiding me?
I saw it. At the top of a black tower. You and I were fighting together. Fighting that faced Mechon. I also saw you fighting a huge Telethia.
It threw me the first time and all.
Forgive me, Shulk, but what are you talking about?
Shulk can see visions of the future.
See the future? And you expect me to believe this rubbish?
Believe what you want, lady. Same as I tell all the non-believers.
That'll be me then.
Oh yeah! In any case, the only reason we got this far was because of Shulk's visions. If Shulk says he saw you in a vision, then you must be important to whatever happens next. And if you're tough enough to fight a face Mechon, you're all right in my book.
You've got my vote. A lady should not go unaccompanied onto the battlefield.
Excuse me? I am quite capable of dispatching the beast alone. I require no assistance of any kind.
My dear, I apologize, but I could not help overhearing. Their offer sounds quite reasonable. The danger extends much further than our small dwelling. Machna itself is at risk, and we shall provide you with the finest warrior of our clan.
Chief Dunga,
No need for thanks. He is the equal, if not better, of the Hom-Hom.
You do know we're listening?
The chosen Nopon hero will await you below. I shall go ahead and prepare him. Please, excuse me.
A Nopon hero? Now this I have to see.
Don't be like that. Let's meet him first.
Like it or not, looks like a Nopon is coming with us. Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles. Last time, we reached the incredibly welcoming hollowed-out tree that is Frontier Village, all that below us. This time, after speaking with the chief, we gotta eliminate that Telethia somehow now that we have Melia back with us. First off, I suggest that you go up a little bit and discover the Prophecy Hut. Really nice place to skip travel to if you ever need to come back up here. And there is a Nopon villager with a generic quest here for you. You want some Upa Embers, which are common enough items from common enough enemies. Those Upas that you find in the waters around here are things you're going to be running into a whole bunch. Heck, you might even already have all the ones that you need. I don't, though. So, we need to go down there to the Sacred Altar in order to learn more about this Nopon hero, so, we could skip travel, but that's boring, so instead, why don't you join me in saying, I led a full life! Oh, crap, I'm gonna miss, aren't I? No, I jumped too far. I jumped too far! Okay, let's try that again. You can actually make this jump, and personally, whenever I'm having to traverse down in Frontier Village, I like doing this. And, as you can see, we are 9 whatever units those are away from the chief, and we don't even have to walk up there. You could actually just swim into the side. Not like that. You could just swim into the side, Ryan will just start swimming into the wall, and you'll get to where you need to be.
May I introduce Heropon Ricky!
Watch out!
get off me! To you!
Right in the... Take this, furball!
That's not good.
Heropon! Heropon! Fight back!
Heropon, chomp chomp! Heropon, go forth! Heropon, get up!
Heropon make Nopon proud!
Silence!
I introduce to you this year's legendary Heropon, Ricky!
New hum friends, meet this year's legendary Heropon, Ricky! Ricky, live to serve!
A Heropon, you say? Not sure where you'll come in handy, but the more the merrier. Sure. Are these Telethia as strong as they sound?
Yes, they're quick as lightning and can read your mind.
A mind-reading giant bird? No problem.
I can see their movement through the Monado, but even that's not enough to get the better of them.
And we're going up against the daddy version. No one blink for a second.
Okay.
Eyes wide open.
And don't forget that Melia is our only chance of making it to Erith Sea. If anything happens to our guide, it's on our heads. The Telethia is our target. But don't forget about the person standing next to you.
Dunban's right. I am in your debt. My weaknesses are all too apparent.
No worries, Melia.
Ricky has been informed of the Dino Beast, what you refer to as the Telethia. Be safe, my hum friends.
Ricky's friends, listen to Ricky. Dino Beast is big and scary. Friends, get ready. Friends, help Ricky get ready.
You want us to get equipment for you?
Ricky's friend, right? Hum clever. Friends meet Ricky when ready. Then, friends and Ricky leave together.
Big attitude for a furry footrest.
Dino Beast is big and scary.
Great. That'll come in handy.
Is it just me, or did we suddenly become Nopon mercenaries?
Not mercenaries, errand runners. We have an errand for the Heropon. We need to go find him equipment before we can move on. And if you haven't guessed by now, Ryan and Ricky's on-screen character interactions are like the greatest things ever. So we'll go over here and talk to this armor shop, and he will give us armor for the Heropon, these saber gloves with slots on them, a couple of S's. And that's not it. We have to go up a little bit to go to that weapon shop that we saw before, because he will not join us until he does these things. I don't know why we have to get these things for him and why they couldn't just toss them at him when they were throwing those mushrooms at him, but oh well. Also, I want to bring special attention to Ricky's theme, that song that was playing back there. Yeah, you first heard that when Colonel Vanguard was chewing out those soldiers in Colony 9. I don't know why they played it there, but hey, they did. So she gives us a Warrior Gnasher. Ricky attacks using special weapons called biters. What do they look like? Well, let's see for ourselves now that we've completed this.
Ready to go! Come, new friends! Ricky's adventure begins!
Ricky, you do know where the Telethia is, don't you?
Of course Ricky know. Melly, Ricky hear you hurt Dino Beast.
I did, but only a little.
When Dino Beast hurt, Ricky know it go to place with ether crystals. Friends and Ricky go to place with crystals. Then we find Dino Beast. Chief, tell Ricky. Chief always right.
So you do know a thing or two about this monster. Guess we'll be searching for some ether crystals then.
Ricky, why are you the Heropon?
Why? Because Chief Dunga chose Ricky.
He chose you? So you weren't chosen from birth?
Friend, wrong. Chief chose by instinct.
By instinct?
Why, friend, surprised? Chief have sharp instinct. Chief be village seer.
So that's how you became the Heropon. Can't argue with that.
But he is kind of compact for a warrior hero.
Oh, Ricky owe lots of monies to village. If Ricky defeat Dino Beast, village promised to forget my debts. So Ricky like being Heropon.
Why do I get the feeling the Chief just saw a golden opportunity to get the loser out of the village so he pawned him off as a hero with us? Ricky is indeed playable. This little yellow footrest, as Ryan put it, is a full-fledged party member. Not a companion to Melian, not just somebody seeing cutscenes. No, you can actually play as a Nopon, and that's pretty darn cool. He might be a little bit short, but he's got his uses, and just like any other party member, how about we... Wow, he's so short you can't even see him over the menu bar. How about we crack open the tutorials and see what he is all about? Ricky's talent art is called a Yoink. Get used to these art names. They are the greatest things you will hear all day. He has the ability to steal items, strength, and HP, also ether, but it doesn't tell you that right there. In the case of stealing stats from enemies, he will make their stat go down and give it to himself. Really nice. Not only that, but through stealing items, you'll be able to get more drops from enemies than usual by using this talent art. It goes up whenever he auto-attacks, so that's pretty standard. Ricky, super tough, Heropon, little attacks, no problem. Ricky's happy fills the party gauge, making it easier to revive anyone who has become incapacitated. That means we can all be heroes. So he has an attack specifically dedicated to filling the party gauge, making him excellent for chain attacks, as well as, like Melia said, reviving incapacitated party members. Ricky also has Bitey and Lurgy, which are damage over time skills. As Charlotte says right there, you probably want to use them at the start of a battle. We'll get into what his arts are like when we actually start fighting with him, but for now, how about we just check out his skill trees, because they are really interesting. Vivacity will improve his max HP by 4%, Innocence will increase either defense by 5, and Flexibility will give agility up by 2. Now, what is so interesting about these? Well, his skills are unique, to say the least. His starting skill is like Sun. His strength is up during the day by 10%. Let's see here. Friends Now will allow low-value items to be offered when trading, thus making it so that you can have trades weighted in your favor, giving less good items for better items. Love Sun will reduce cooldown during the day, and Explore Time awards more experience when discovering a landmark by 20%. So that should give you an idea for just what kind of skills he's got. Definitely feel around them yourself, just so you can see which ones you like. He has all kinds of really unique ones, and it just kind of depends on what you personally want. But Ricky's skills are all pretty darn good in their own unique way, let's just say that. Starting off though, we are going to be getting some fighting in this video, of course, because we have Ricky new as a party member, and I do want to show what he is capable of, but there's a few quests here in Frontier Village that we haven't grabbed yet, you know, just typical generic quests that you might as well grab, as I always say. And, before we go off to fight that Telethia, or Dino Beast if I want to be full on Nopon dialect in this area, I want to say that Telethia is indeed very tough as Dunban was making it sound. I would suggest that you are a little bit over-leveled, especially if it is your first time, just because it can be a little bit weird. As you saw fighting those Telethia before, they were definitely formidable opponents when we had Alvis by our side. All that being said, we are going to be tackling a bunch of quests in this video, and we probably aren't going to have story progress outside of getting Ricky, so just letting you know ahead of time so that there's not any kind of surprises for those of you that are hoping to get story progress. That's how things are going to be. Dunban learning art right there, and man, those new arts are just piling up. I still haven't gotten to show Ryan's because I wanted to show off Melia, and then there wasn't really any fighting until we got here, and there weren't any fights in this town. And now we got Ricky, who I need to show off because he's a new party member. Man, they're just stacking new party members on top of us that I can't show off all of these different arts that our existing party members are getting. We have a challenge quest right here from this Nopon villager. It was kind of odd how those villagers popped in only when we got very close to them. I don't know. Sometimes the draw distance is a little bit questionable. And like I said, Machina Forest is kind of known for that. I'm amazed Ricky's able to walk up that without falling through the gaps. Okay, he's not that small, but you know what I mean. The reservoir gives me a chance to show something off. Notice how Ricky starts swimming like as soon as he gets in the water, whereas the others don't until they get pretty deep into it. Ricky is shorter than the others, which kind of is the first thing into his playstyle. Because he is the shortest party member, he is terrible at fighting near water. You can only fight near water up to being about waist deep in it. You cannot— whoa! Vision. You cannot fight in water while swimming. Your attacks are disabled while doing so. For that reason, that is immediately something about Ricky that is not that great. If you're fighting near water, you probably don't want to have him in the party. That being said, however, I don't want to get too into what he's like in battle, though, but I just kind of figured this is a good time to mention that because we were in water. As you can see, yeah, Ricky is swimming while Dunban and Shulk are able to just walk through this area, so that gives you a pretty good idea of what this is like. I need to switch the clock to nighttime right here, and this is the very last quest that I want to grab here in Frontier Village. Me lost my shiny ball. Me love rolling that ball around. Me worried it not lying hurt somewhere. You're worried about your ball hurting. I'm not even gonna ask questions. Let's just accept your dang quest and move on. So starting us off right now, I want to go to the Machna Forest map because there is an area that we have been to that has a lot of things for quests that we have already grabbed in this area. Normally I do monster quests kind of as we're just going along though, but I think as we got Ricky new in the party, it just kind of makes sense to do this here. I want to head to the Nopon Arc, and I want to head towards the X watering hole that we saw last time. Alright, looking at the map you can see where the X watering hole is. This is pretty close to where we wanted to be, and I'm just going to sneak past this Dinos right about here so we can go on a little bit. And I'd like to show off what I've done in the way of equipment for Ricky before we get into a fight. Have you ever heard the phrase, jack of all trades, master of none? Well, half of that is true for Ricky. He is indeed a jack of all trades, but he is incredible at the jobs that he does. And while we're on his stat screen, look at how much HP he's got! He has more HP than Ryan! Ricky has the most HP of anyone in the entire party. And in fact, during the development of this game, he was intended to have the lowest HP. One day during testing, they decided to give him the most HP for one build just to be funny, and everyone loved it, so they just kept it. It's stupid, it's crazy, it makes no sense, and I like it! Getting this battle started. Bitey Bitey is a bleed damage attack that when from behind, you get longer damage effects. Lurgy will inflict poison. He chews up grass and spits it out. It's kind of funny. Hero Time will boost a random stat by 75% for 20 seconds. If you don't like the fact that it's random, well, Hero Time will also prevent tension from decreasing for all party members. And wow, we actually completed a material quest in just one battle right there. So Ricky's got all kinds of different arts. Getting more into them, Roly Poly will inflict bind, but 30% of the time you will inflict topple without the need for a break. This is luck-based, so some might not like this art all that much, but I personally like it a lot more than most do. Behave will inflict paralyze and removes crazed. We haven't seen crazed as a status yet though, so we'll get into that a little bit later, but paralysis will make it so that their attacks will go off a little bit less often. Play Dead is a fun one. You immobilize yourself for a few seconds, but in return, your aggro is reduced to 0. As you can see, his back attacks do a lot of damage, so he's got a little bit of Shulk in him as well as the HP of Rhyme. And Shulk in him, yeah, I probably should have worded that better. Had to switch up his arts because Ricky actually has more than 8 arts to show us this time around. Yeah, he starts off with a bunch. I don't think I want to fight over here. How about we move over a little bit, and how about I switch out the party a little bit for this, because I see something that we need to hunt, and it would be kind of tough with Shulk and Dunban. There we go, Melia and Charla, if they'll ever show up. There we go. We have a Vineus Nebula, which we need to hunt, and as you can see, Ricky is also an Ether user. He has Freezinades. That will attack one target and inflict chill on them. That's really nice. You know, he can use Ether just like the others. Lurgy is also an Ether move if you were curious. He has Bedtime, which is basically like Charlotte's Tranquilizer, and Melia's Hypnotize. Of course, I get put to sleep right there. Inflicts sleep on Ricky as well, though, so it's got a bit of a downside. And then lastly, You Can Do It. One of my personal favorites. This is a party healing move. It heals in a fan shape in front of Ricky. You can target either him to heal in a fan shape in front of him, or, indeed, you can target another member of the party, and if another one's caught in the middle, they will inadvertently also get healed. And I hate to say this within earshot of Charlotte, but frequently You Can Do It is all you need in the way of party healing. It recharges faster than Charlotte's heal round. You don't have to cool down some rifle, and it might not heal as much HP, but as I've said, dedicated healer is not really that necessary, and Ricky has pretty darn good damage output, so we're now in a situation where even Charlotte's party healing has been taken away from her as a potential use. Just because even though she is still the best healer around, it's not always necessary, which is kind of the problem. And not only that, because Ricky is just so good at building up the party gauge with Happy Happy, it makes him a different kind of healer, one that can revive other party members really, really easily. So for that reason, he's just all around a more effective healer than Charlotte in most situations, even though Charlotte's got better arts for it. With all those art explanations, we arrive back at square one, stating that Ricky is a jack of all trades. He has strong back attacks like Shulk, but no Monado arts, tons of HP like Ryan, but not as much defense, party healing capabilities like Charlotte, but without as many arts to do the job, some really cool auras like Dunban, but without as much agility, and then the ability to use Ether like Melia, but without as many options. And then the cherry on top of the sundae is the fact that he builds up the party gauge so quickly and can steal items and stats from enemies. Yeah, it's kind of funny because you think he'd be a joke party member, especially with the fact that he's fighting using a freaking teddy bear on a stick, but no. He is absolutely fantastic. The only last thing I have to say about him in terms of recommendations is that, personally, I like Ricky being a tank, so I probably won't outfit him to be the most offensive one of all. And aside from that, initial tension up gems are amazing on Ricky because you can only use Happy Happy in situations where the tension is up. So if you have initial tension gems, definitely give those to him. In fact, I think I'll equip one right now. All that aside, those Upas that you need to hunt are in this area as we saw before. The Wapple Sardi, which we need to hunt for another monster quest, is in this area as well. So I think I'll take care of these. With all that taken care of, here's what my Frontier Village quest log is looking like if you want to compare it. Now, if you're trying to grab every quest, one thing that is probably driving you nuts is that there's a Material Quest 2 and a 4, but you can't find a 3 anywhere. Don't worry about that for now. Material Quest 3 in Frontier Village is actually not until much later. I know, it's really stupid. I think they should have just had it be 1, 2, 3 and made 4 be the one later, so you're not always looking for a 3 that doesn't exist. It's kind of like that prank, you know, where they, like, write, like, a number 1 on a pig and a number 3 on a pig, and they let them loose into school, and they can, like, never find pig number 2 because there isn't one. That's just kind of what that reminds me of. Now, if you've been watching closely, or rather just watching at all, I don't know why I said closely, I want to head back to Colony 9. There are a lot of quests here for us. We do need to get a bit stronger, so I want to go over here. And not only that, but if I may take a look at the affinity chart, we have 2-star affinity with the Colony 9 area. It is very, very important if you want to get some really great equipment that you have 4 stars with Colony 9 coming up. So, all that out of the way, as you can see, we have so many dang relationships between these characters now. And because we have Melia and Ricky, they can now comment on a bunch of quests all over the world, so I want to go around Colony 9 specifically to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, building up affinity with this area as well as between these characters so that they'll fight better together. First off in the way of quest, we want to head over to the military district, and in this back alley at nighttime you can find Eric and Monica. You want to talk to both of them first. I don't have the energy to be chatting with you right now. I won't get any research done. Research is what you're doing in the back alley, you want to say. After speaking with him, Monica will have a quest for you. Why, thank you for gracing me with your presence, my matchmaker. Confused? Oh, but why? I was merely thanking you for the agreement we're about to make. Okay. Great first impressions going on all around. You really can't guess? We are slow now, aren't we? Aren't I talking to the person who can get anything from anyone? Which leads me by request. I want a Tephra drop. If you give it to another along with words of love, they fall for you. And you will be together forever. How interesting. Are you referring to a sort of local superstition? It's not a superstition. What's your angle, girl? Aha! You want it for yourself. Well, too bad. I heard of it first. But I have no need to rely on such things, I'll have you know. Really? Because your eyes are telling me quite the opposite. You do have someone you wish to use it on, don't you? Enough. First come, first serve. So do I have your aid? Bossy! We have romantic notions of a girl. This is a timed quest. It'll be a very long time before this expires, but we can tackle this right now. You will? You'll find out for me? Yes, it's all coming together. Not long until my dreams become reality. That Monica, eh? She scrubs up well, but I'm not looking for anything serious. Heh, if she gets all soppy on me, I'll just dump her and move on. Monica married him? But why? How could she pick Eric? She doesn't know what he's really like. He's just using her. Just a little longer, Eric. Soon we will be together. Huh? Is there something you'd like to tell me? If not, I suggest you be on your way. Rest assured that your issue should be attended to with haste. Heropon, show you what he can do! So, we have a vision showing us that we cannot allow her to hook up with Eric. As much of a bossy person as she might be, and the fact that she doesn't really seem to have a whole lot of redeeming personality, the vision showed us that Andreas was going to be affected by this, so how about we go talk to him? Andreas will be wandering around the military district at nighttime, so let's go and see him. Oh no, I'm running out of time. Why won't she listen to me? Tell me in greater detail. Thanks, I'm really in a bind here. There's nothing else I can do. Please hear me out. I'm in love with this girl, Monica, but she's obsessed with Eric. If only I had a Tephra drop, I could force Monica to fall for me. These Homs really have some interesting ways of hooking up right here. I kind of agree with Ryan. You don't understand, it's Eric that's the problem. He's no good for a girl like her. But Monica doesn't know what he's really like. You've got to help me. We have romantic notions of a boy, so we can now choose to give the Teffer drop to either Andreas or Monica. Depends on us what you want to do. You're gonna help me, I mean, you're doing the right thing. Should this come true, why on Bionis did I ever marry that Andreas? It felt right at the time, so why not now? It's too late to question it. I just wish I felt happier than this. Both options really seem to have their consequences in this love triangle of sorts. But if you want to know which one is the happier option, if you want a better affinity chart, it is indeed to give it to Andreas. Let's go and get the Teffer drop for him. It's very simple. It's right by the Spring of Grief. All you gotta do is skip travel, and it is right before you. Already got it? Let's head back. Alright, Andreas, old buddy, we'll help you out. He's gonna go make his move. I just needed to give her this and tell her how I feel. Well, here I go. Hold on a second. You'll get a reward if it works. I certainly hope it does, otherwise we did all this for nothing. Then again, I'm not really sure I want this to work out so well, because this whole thing seems really morally backwards. I mean, I know that they were both going to do it, so they're both kind of in the wrong, but I don't know, this feels more like lesser of two evils than a happy ending. Well, at the very least, he seems dedicated to her. We have a reward. Let's collect that. And there we are. And, oh, wow!
Protect my friends.
We have the achievement Colony 9 Celeb. You get that when you have 3-star affinity with Colony 9, which works out great for me because, actually, why was I going that way for the affinity chart? Because, actually, what I was trying to say is that a lot of the quests that I want to knock out this time are locked behind 3-star affinity with Colony 9, so that works out all just as well. Incidentally, here's what the affinity links look like if you choose the path that I did. On to the next line of quests. It's right near Gemman's stall at nighttime in this back alley. We got Sesame here. Is your little band of whatever called the Sesame Seeds? Okay, I couldn't resist. You came because you heard about my plan, right? Could you tell me more? Yeah, I'm a little bit intrigued by this. Yeah, what's on your mind? Well, you'll know soon enough. Better late than never, eh? Hope you're not expecting us to take part in some fiendish scheme. Everyone has their own idea of what justice is. Maybe you don't like mine, but is that really my problem? Anyway, getting back to the point. Here's your first job. Wow, he did not waste any time giving us that. You need to get 2 croaking brog bags, implying that the bags themselves are croaking just like the brogs do. I gotta say, brogs are kind of funny enemies, not just because of the sweatier than a brog's armpit line that we heard earlier, though, but just, they're gigantic frogs, like, with really goofy-looking faces. How can you not like them? Yeah, we got them all. So we're learning the ropes fast, and now she needs to, he needs us to take them to Betty over in the residential district, and she's only there during the day, so I don't believe we've met Betty before. We've been here in the residential district plenty of times, but we've never actually talked to her. Yeah, we're in his gang. Forgive me, it's just that you don't look the type. Yeah, I wouldn't really picture Dunban, the hero of the Homs, being involved in this kind of stuff. She gives us a sealed package, and we're not supposed to look at what's inside. This is not like Paper Mario the Thousand-Year Door where you can get killed for doing that. And we're back. I'm gonna bet you have even more objectives for us because we're getting quite the runaround. No doubt about it, this is the real thing. Good work. Don't worry about it, it was nothing. Yep. No problem for Ricky, neither. Ricky has some absolutely great ones here. Did she say something? Actually, nah, forget I asked. That's all for now. I should have another job for you later. And no complaints, even if it's just another courier job. We get critical up 2 for that, so yet another gem. And he has yet another quest for us immediately. This is one of the reasons why I waited a while to do this one, because not only did we need Dunban to comment, but this one's got a prerequisite of 2 stars with Colony 9. Yeah, we don't know anything about your plan quite yet. Let's see what the story is. You still haven't cottoned on. Come on, it's always, is that like a British thing? Because I've heard caught on, but not cotton. Like, cotton's like what you stuff teddy bears with. Anyway, you're one of us now, no backing out. I want you to stop whatever it is you're doing, Sesame. I know you're up to no good. That's for me to decide, not you. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but I'll have to see it through. Charla's got a giant freaking gun on her back. I don't think I would say that to her face. Just saying, okay, no, I don't think Charla would really do anything like that, though, but you know what I mean. Just, I don't know, it's sort of like your last job. Nah, it's exactly like it, ha ha ha. We need 2 iron Crabble shells, so not exactly the same that he was saying right there. They're dropped by Crabbles that you find near Cliff Lake, very simple. We were there before when we were in Colony 9 for the first time. Got affinity right there, and we already have them, so let's just talk to you again. Let's see what he says. Yeah, we got him. Like clockwork as usual, as in it took us about 2 seconds on the clock in order to complete that. Next up, we need to go talk to Kenny Rowan. He moves around the colony a lot, and as I've said before, he sleeps 3 hours a day if you actually follow him around and see what his schedule is. Luckily, though, he is right nearby at this particular time. At 2200 hours, you can find him standing right near Gemman's stall, I think. Sorry, it's at midnight that he appears in this area. Yeah, where Sesame's go-between. So, that man does irritate me a little, foisting this difficult task on me. Just tell him not to mess up, and don't mention my name. Well, if it didn't sound shady before, now it definitely does. Let's go back and see him. We are back. We got the package off of him. Excellent, I owe you one. Good, it was our pleasure. He didn't mention anything else, did he? Actually, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about him. Your last job is coming up. I'm sure you can pull it off. I'm sure we can as well if it's as easy as collecting items that we already have on us. Strength of 3! And as for the next quest in the line, now for the final stage of my plan. You must know what our plan is by now. Come on! Yeah, if you give us greater detail, that'd be really nice. I know I ain't one to speak, but she could have asked more politely. She's cold as ice, that one. Oh no, can she hear what I'm thinking? Nah, no way, that's impossible. Ryan, you are amazing. I love that. You need not answer. Let's hear what the person has to say. Are you serious? You still haven't figured it out? You've done well to get this far, being as dense as you are. Just keep quiet and play along. Don't you dare call Melia dense. I like her way too much for that. You know, I can't prove what you're up to, Sesame, but it sure does come off as seedy. Ha ha ha! What is this? You're planning to take us down from the inside? Well, if you prove to yourself to me that I still have use for you. This time, I need to defeat a monster. Might be my toughest task yet, but I think you're up to it. Besides, this is the final stage, and like they always say, all's well that ends well. We have the plan execution. We have to defeat Dark Murakmore near Colony 6's anti-air battery 3 at nighttime. Okay. Rest assured, your issue will be tended to with haste, or whatever it is typically. That same text that we've seen before. So where is this anti-air battery 3 that he speaks of? Well, it's a little bit complicated. You want to go to the residential district, and you want to jump off the side right here. Once you've done that, you can see an anti-air battery over there and a bit of a path leading up to it. That's where we need to go. You could have technically done this a lot sooner, but of course we needed Melia for this because I want to show all the text related to the different quests, just because, you know, some of them give you better insight to the characters, some of them do give you better world building. There's a lot of little details like that. And, wow, sweet wasabi. I didn't know wasabi could be sweet. That actually sounds kind of cool, like a mixture of sweet and spicy. Ah, I'm getting off topic. Either way, we need to go up there. It is a level 18 unique monster, which, although it is pretty weak, I suppose we could use this time to show off Ryan's new art. It is one of his absolute best. Magnum Charge. It exchanges the talent gauge for arts damage. So you use up your talent gauge, and the next art used does double damage. For instance, that is how much we did with Sword Drive without even needing a chain attack. If you use Magnum Charge and Sword Drive together during a chain attack somehow, by getting a link going, that is the most damage a single character can do with an art, period. So, Ryan, despite not really being the glass cannon that Shulk is, that is definitely an interesting trait that he's got. Even though this would be a waste of using Magnum Charge, personally, I think using an art called Magnum Charge and then following up with Bone Upper would be hilarious, but I won't be doing that. Time to find out what this plan is now that we have beaten this monster. While you were gone, I got almost everything ready. Now I need you to head to the commercial district entrance. Then take a look at the street light just near there. Go on, it needs double checking. Then what? Then come back here. Kaboom! You've come this far, might as well go the whole hog. The whole hog. Again, I don't know if that's a British thing or whatever though, but I've heard going the whole way though, but the whole hog, sounds like eating bacon, but to the extreme. It reads, too bad you came all this way for nothing. It's a trap! We have to put an end to Sesame's tyranny! Oh, you're back. Hey, don't look at me like that. Just look up at the sky. Everything's so dark and gloomy these days. No one has anything happy to talk about. So we figured if we couldn't light up people's lives, and we did it with fireworks. Yep, all Sesame and his gang were up to was just trying to make the people of the colony happier. It makes a lot of sense with the Mechon attacks and whatnot, and the fact that there really aren't a whole lot of Hums left in this world, but still, it is great when everyone comes together like that, but it's a little bit of a weird way to go about it. We helped out all the same, and you know, we did make everyone happy. It's the first time we really tried it, but it turned out great. We should all give ourselves a big pat on the back. What, you think I should have been clear from the get-go? But that ain't no fun. I wanted to surprise everyone. That's why it all had to be a tip-top secret. This one always resonates with me, just because, I don't know, I personally didn't see it coming when I was doing this the first time, and the fact that you have a cutscene technically inside of a quest like this, it sticks with you, it's charming. We have quite a bit of money for doing that, have to wonder how we got all that, maybe that's the shady side of him. That one is quite seedy. Sesame! Had to get in yet another one, I'm sorry, he just has the best name for it. But with all that taken care of, we have made a ton of progress, we have gotten a lot done here in the colony, and we are getting stronger. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles, we'll be doing a few more quests here in Colony 9 before going back to Frontier Village and getting some more things done over there. See you guys then!
You